Hello, this is Lanice with Lessons from an RN. Today I want to speak with you about what I did to navigate the time in life called menopause. This is a very different time in the stages of life, and I just wanted to share the 5 things that I did to help navigate through this time successfully. I have my notes here, so you may see me look down a few times, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything because it's very important. The first thing I had to do was I had to recognize that there was something going on with my body that was different. And I say that, what I mean by that is things just began to change with my body that just wasn't what I was accustomed to. For example, like I was always very slim and I started to gain weight in my midsection. And that was a little distressing to me because I was not eating any different. I was not a big, exercise, workout person, but I wasn't sedentary either. But I started to gain weight and I started to recognize that I wasn't sleeping as well. I started to have hot flashes at night. I would wake up in the middle of the night having night sweats. I'd get hot and cold. And then the biggest thing that I started to notice was I had brain fog. Like I couldn't remember things that I normally could remember. Or like I'd be in the middle of a presentation and completely forget what I was talking about. That was kind of odd for me, especially because I do work from home and I work remotely. So, having a presence virtually is very important. And I was felt like I was forgetting some things, especially like mid-sentence. So that's number one. Number two, I thought once I noticed things were different for me or my body was changing, I went and I spoke with my doctor. I spoke with my primary care doctor and she wasn't really that much help for me, honestly. When I went to speak with my gynecologist, they at least understood what they felt I was going through. However, they didn't really offer me any solutions that worked. They talked about eating right, exercising, but that was the extent of that conversation. So I ended up doing my own research. I was online looking, reading, studying, and I actually heard about the North American Menopause Society, and I'll put that link below for you. But I was able to locate a doctor in my area who specializes in menopause and hormone replacement therapy. And I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but for me, after about 2 or 3 weeks, I literally had my life back. I was not having any more hot flashes. I was sleeping through the night. The brain fog pretty much lifted. I didn't have that anymore. The weight did not go away that fast. I'm still working on that, but I feel like myself again after starting on hormone replacement therapy. The third thing that I needed to do was I hired a trainer and started going to the gym on a regular basis. And the reason why I hired a personal trainer is, number one, I needed the accountability to get to the gym. Number two, I needed someone to show me how to weight train, how to strength train, and how to use the equipment at the gym without injuring myself. And so I hired a trainer, and that was about 2 years ago. And literally, it's been 2 years, and I'm just beginning to see the fruits of my labor in the gym. So even though I only went to the gym 3 days a week, when I'm not at the gym, I'm still moving, walking, not sitting as much. Even though I work from home, I have like a walking pad, an elliptical. I'll do some aerobics. I'll get up and stretch. So I try to keep moving as much as possible. And I'm just starting to see my body changing a little bit. Do I have my same figure that I had in my 20s? And no. And I gave up on that. I am much stronger though. I'm stronger from, I'm able to do things from a strength perspective more than I was able to do then. So I'm just getting stronger and not so much worrying about the actual number on the scale. The fourth thing that I did was I had to look at what I was eating. That took a while for me to put some foods into my meal planning, take some foods out, learn about my body and what foods worked for me and what foods did not. That was a long process and still a process for me. But I'm actually seeing a nutritionist to help me with that. And she's been very helpful. I'm doing like intermittent fasting. Also making sure I get enough of the macronutrients like proteins. I do a little bit of a low carb, but not too low carb. as well as fat. So working with a nutritionist to help me determine my macronutrients and what I need at this stage in my life. The last thing I did was, the biggest thing to me was I had to learn to say no. I had to learn to say no to some very well-meaning things, but when you take the time to go to the gym and take care of your health, especially my mental health and my physical health, it takes time. It's very time consuming because I still work and I have a life. So I had to learn to say no to things so that I can say yes to taking care of me. And that's what's most important here. So I can be here for myself, for my husband, for my kids and my grandkids. I had to learn to say no to some things that was just taking up too much of my time so that I can say yes to my health. And so those are the 5 things. I'll recap what they were. Number 1 was recognize that there was something going on different with my body. Number 2 was speak with my doctor. Speak with a doctor that will listen to you and help you. That took me about 3 tries before I got to a doctor that helped me. And I found my doctor through the North American Menopause Society. And number 3 is start working out. If you can't go to the gym or can't hire a trainer, start working out. There's a lot of information out there on social media and YouTube to help you start working out, lifting weights, and getting stronger. And number 4, look at what you're eating. Watch your foods, read the ingredients, and just stay away from processed foods for sure, and super processed foods. And know how much protein you need, how much fat and how much carbs, know your macronutrients. And if you can't get a nutritionist, there's lots of information online. You can even talk to your doctor about it as well. And then the last thing is learn to say no so that you can say yes to your health. So again, this is Lanice with Lessons from an RN. And be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with a loved one that may be going through menopause or perimenopause. And I hope this helps you. And take care.